Good morning. Here in Port Elliot, South Australia, it's raining. Been listening to the gentle patter of the drops on a tin roof because I do have a corrugated iron roof here. And it's just a gorgeous sound. I really like the raindrops on a tin roof. As gentle as it is, I appreciate that feeling of peace it actually brings. I almost didn't want to get out of bed because it started before I got out of bed this morning, and it's wonderful. Good morning, Rena. How are you this morning? And I better just pop over to the other studio, and we've got Judy in our Be Live studio, and we've got Jackie. Good morning. And it is a good morning. I'm going to switch around to the cards in a sec. And we have them in the same usual pattern. Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, I don't know how much the prediction is for the rain, Rena, whether it's going to be a long day of raining or whether it's just going to be short. The clouds are fully over the whole sky. It's fully grey here at least. So we'll see what it brings. It's just so refreshing having that beautiful smell of the wet grass and the trees. The air feels fresh. It's gorgeous. Good morning, Sharon. Oh, you've got your little mask on your icon there. Beautiful. Interesting. And we've got Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning. Love that clover. Lucky four-leaf clover. Now, do remember as we're moving into doing the cards and reading them that you're turning on your own intuitive senses, your own psychic abilities, your own gut feeling, whatever it is that allows you to open up to the messages that you're receiving for the cards for you. Okay, so here we go. And as just a quick reminder, it's the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck that we actually use, well, that I'm using. I know that there's some others out there who do, like Sarah. She uses the Gilded Reverie as well. Right, what we've got in our workspace is the dice. We've got the key in our home space. Up here we've got the masks in that unexpected position. And I think that's a good one to have there. Oh, I just realised that that's a little bit uneven. I thought I had them in the right spot. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? You can see more of the tower that's in our roll. This tower has shifted to, this is the third position, third time in a row that we've had the tower in the card spread. So that's now in your roll. And as our outcome, we've got the birds. Okay. So what's it going to mean for us today? I'm just going to move that back down a little bit. It's a bit distracting. Well, the dice in that workspace, it is a bit about what choices and decisions we're going to have in our day today for that workspace is a bit like the first word that I'm feeling is it's a little bit like a gamble, like we are actually tossing those dice up in the air and gambling with whatever the decision is. We're just going to do a potluck, a picket, as if, I don't know, we'll try this one. Oh, good morning, Sue. Lovely to see you here as well. And Jackie Ray, beautiful listening to the rain this morning. So you're in South Australia as well, I dare say, and probably close to where I am if you're hearing the rain, seeing the rain. And we've got Sharon, love the rain, but you've just washed your car. Hey, that's usually what happens with me. If I water the lawn, it'll start raining. Put the sprinkler out, it'll start raining. Yeah, it's that type of weird way that nature does behave, isn't it? And I think that really with what we've got, yes, you're at Malang, Jackie. Cool. Yep, you'd be in that same stream of weather pattern then. Oh, we've got Michelle, you dearest. Gee, so sorry for your loss there, Michelle. Look, this morning is only about doing a general card spread reading. I don't do the personalised readings as the card picks and things like that in the morning. What day are we today? Wednesday night. You can pop back in tonight at about 8:30 because I think Leanne Winston is going to be doing her show tonight. And that's an opportunity to have a possibility of a reading, okay? And you might have some answers there, messages there. So when we're actually doing this type of decision making that we are guessing a little bit, just know that make sure that what you're actually choosing is worth that risk factor, because it probably does have that little edge of risk around it. That's why I'm feeling that word of the gambling with it. So do make sure that you're having some due diligence in which choice it is that you're making, that you are feeling it is. And nothing wrong with taking that step of, the chance of throwing the dice on what way it comes out, what choice you do make, but certainly have some due diligence around it before you step into full action on whatever that decision is that you're going to make, whichever, of the two or three or four or what, because it could be multiples in this case. That's why the dice, I'm feeling that. Okay, so we'll move it over into our home space. That's the key. And what are we unlocking? There's something around our day today that's going to feel like we're unlocking some sort of unblocking, unlocking, setting free. Something that we've had that's held us at an impasse for a while is what I'm feeling. So there could be something as relationships with those that are close to you that you've actually felt has really held you up, has really been something that felt important at the time, but now it's not so much. And you're really needing to unlock it and set it free. Talk about it with each other and nut out, the way each of you felt about whatever the situation was, or the details of planning even and unlocking something else that might be there to move forward through that situation that will give you release, that will allow you to move forward in a new phase of what might have been a difficult relationship or an estrangement or anything like that. Just know that it is possible and that you do hold the key for your part in that. So allow that beautiful bloom to be released, to fully grow, to fully come into its mature flowering, if you like. So I'm feeling that is more a relationship thing in our home space today. So just look to the people that you have in your life, and if that's something that gels with you, do take that step and act on it. Okay, trust in how the feeling is moving you forward into reconciling any differences or blocks or something. I am feeling the strength that this is a relationship based one today. If it's any different for you, hear what the messages are for you in that. The fact that it's a key sitting there in the home space. We've got the masks, and this is part of what possibly is going to be the influence around here in the home space as well. And, in any aspect of what our day is, the mask reveals. Once we let down the mask, it's actually going to reveal something new or vulnerable or a truth that we weren't aware of that was there. It could have just been hidden behind the mask. I'm feeling that what we are doing, why it's present here today, is because in this unexpected position, we're actually going to have something revealed to us, or will be revealing something to another by having that mask. It is being dropped. It might be momentary and it might not be a very long period of time, but it will allow that view, that opening, that awareness, and even understanding for someone to see another side of the why. Why did that person behave that way? Why did they make that decision? It wasn't about me, it's about them. It's that type of interpretation that we might be getting from this mask in our day to day, in how it might be revealing something. We're just not always aware of how others around us have had, their understandings of of what we thought we understood that they should understand the same, but they're different people. So their understanding might be at a different perspective, and we just weren't aware of it, and we felt that they've had a mask up where they've just understood their way. So allow that to be part of your unexpected, just an awareness. You'll know when that happens because that mask will feel, you'll sense that, oh, wow, I didn't understand that of them, or something like that. In a similar vein, you'll have that aha moment as that mask is dropped. Or it could be the opposite way, that the mask has gone up and you feel that you're being shut out. And that's okay, because we don't all have the ability or strength to continue onward being open to everybody all the time in, the broad sense of vulnerability. It's why masks are present. It's why we do put up those different barriers around us. And this, that's all this is. A mask is a cover. It's a barrier. When we feel vulnerable, we can let it down in certain aspects. Be open to that for yourself too, being able to let down your mask so that you can reveal certain aspects and truths about you to others. It brings definitely a much more authentic communication style at times too, but you'll feel into that and sense what you need to be doing. Now we've got the Tower. Here is the Tower. It's in our role. It still is I don't know why, but my eye still is going to that pinnacle each time it's been in the spread these last few days. So as our role, I think it's that focus, keeping our focus on that growth and the aspect of actually having a focus. Because normally I'd look at this card and the eye wanders. It's not something that I myself have had a pointed focus point. There is a point, a focus point, and that is where my eye's going each time that I've seen it this week. So I think for me, it's actually letting me know that I need to focus. I mean, there's so many times where the mind wanders because I do tend to live in the flow. So mind wanders, well, it's a bit that, and it's a bit getting distracted from other things that are not bright shining objects, but almost, I'm just following a train of thought or a pattern of what I'm learning, because I do spend a lot of time on the screen. And on the screen, looking at one. So, as I'm tracking through what I'm doing, that I'm following a particular train of learning or something like that, I'll go, oh, here's this one. I'll click that link, and you know how it takes you down the rabbit warren, or, wherever. This one really is, to me, my role is keep focused. And that's been the message to a degree this week, definitely keeping the focus. So, and also grounded, because I know at times for those of us who are more who are, I'm just sort of thinking what's the right words, chasing a spiritual path. It's not really that even. It's experiencing who we are through all levels of who we are. We are body, mind, spirit, and I do remind you of that. We can become too heavily weighted towards or spending so much time in one area of those three that we become unhinged isn't even the word. The balance just isn't there. So it feels like we might be floating all the time in the clouds, which at times, yes, I can very easily do that. So this is where this card too is a grounding card, because it is very much in the physical. It's a tower. It's got that feeling of heaviness, solidity. Okay, so remember that. And Sharon, your eye's going to the brightness of the sun on the card. Yeah, and that means something for you. So that's wonderful. Each and every one of us is going to have a different point on every one of these cards that our eye goes to first. So that's a lovely one. And that's a bit in the distance too. And it's shining through. It's giving a gorgeous glow, isn't it? So, yeah, think what that's meaning to you, that's where your eye is going as well. Here we've got as our outcome, and I really loved it when I saw this our card face up. because there was a different way this morning that my cards decided to lay out. As I was shuffling for the final time to do that final shuffle, there was a whole heap just dropped out. I had one that flew out, but the others, the whole heap just dropped out. It was a bit of a mumble jumble, but there was 4 particular cards in a pile. I went to them and I thought, oh, well, you're it. So, but they wanted to be laid down this time, all face down. I sort of picked that 4 up, and there was the one, and I thought, usually I put it in the first position here. No, that was the owls. The card that flew out wanted to be the central. And the others I just laid out and then turned them over. Just a slightly different way to how I actually lay the spread. And the owls were the central card as the outcome, as the first card. They were the central card. Now, the owls being the birds, it is the expanded edition version, this one. So I've got the owls are the bird card, but it gives that extra depth to the communication that birds are as the card birds. But this brings in the wisdom and the taking the time, having the patience to actually look into what we're communicating in a deeper way. And I thought, wow, that's a really interesting card to have today as a follow on from what was the older man yesterday in his wisdom, in that masculine strength and energy. This one being the birds, that communication, the wisdom coming into the communication, and the fact that birds are just free to fly here, there, and wherever they want. It's there, no constraints besides, I suppose, they don't swim. Well, some birds do. So there's all different aspects around this. Just such a sitting in that wisdom card, that energy of the wisdom. I love it. And yeah, I can identify with that too, because owl has been for so many years my totem animal. So exactly. So bring that energy, allow that energy into your day over all of these cards, into your workspace, your home space. Those unexpected moments that are going to be very wise. You'll feel that almost like a sage or an oracle, or what are the Indian series? No, I just can't remember the name of the in the not Maharaja, that's a title. Anyway, the guys that meditate all the time in caves or hills or whatever, I just can't think of the word. And, the groundedness even, that we've got all of this wisdom around how we're going to be moving through our day and even our thoughts. Oh, good morning, Karen. It's lovely to see you here this morning. And, we've got Marianne's popped in over in the group or my other page. Wonderful to see you here, Marianne. So everything that you're doing through your day today, bring it in with that feeling, trusting, knowing that it's a piece of wisdom for you. It's going to be something that has that deeper meaning for you in that long run. And that the long run being what is going to be our forward future actions, however we're taking it. It's how we're living. That's what's important. How we live ourselves, being ourselves in what is our humanity, in a world that's globally that changing that's happening. And it just seems such a fast pace now. Look, whatever the coronavirus, the pandemics, and the way that governments have reacted, and etc., it's just all brought about just such a feeling to me of just speed and wow, things seem to be going so fast, and yet we've had the slowdown because we've been kept restricted in so many ways, and it's as it's meant to be, and you sort of wonder, wow, what is our lessons in it? Well, just take the time, be that wise person within yourself and access that inner knowing. I feel that that's where the owls, as the birds, the communication card in that central outcome, it really is instructing our day today. It's informing our day today. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Keep smelling that beautiful fresh air that we have here. And wherever you are, I hope you have fresh air. I know not all countries do. So thank you for being here and joining with me. Thank you, Rena. And oh, good morning, Rose. I just saw you there. Wonderful to see you here. Although I am finishing up. Keep in mind just being that best you in whatever way that you can be, because it's perfect. We all have those interacting jigsaw pieces of our personalities and whatever's, the emotions, the feelings, the thoughts. We're all here to create together. We are co-creators. So bring that into your day with that wisdom of the hours and really have a ball in whatever way. Now I'm going to leave it there, and just in case you do need to look through the website, that's the website I've been using mostly. There is the rosboundy.com.au website that I keep forgetting to put the thing up. That is active. It's just not, it is open and active, not finessed. I haven't made the time yet to completely fine tune that, but hey, it's fun to look through. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And I don't think there's any other messages that come through. Oh, there is. So thank you. Thank you from Sarah, and thank you from Melina. Thank you for being here. And tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Bye for now. Namaste.